Jennifer, and today, what am I doing? Today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a DIY donut phone holder slash charging station slash just cool thing room decor. This was actually inspired by a video that I saw on YouTube. I will leave the link down below. Yeah, if you like this video anytime, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Let's get started. So first of all, you're going to need a bunch of cardboard, and I took my CD and traced out the shape of that onto the cardboard and then kind of expanded the circle so that it was a bigger circle. And then I took my scissors and cut out the big circle, and then took my X-Acto knife and cut out the little circle in the middle. And this is going to be our general donut shape. Once I was done cutting that out, I took my pencil and then drew a line across the bottom so that it could stand up by itself. And then on the top, I drew some bite marks just so that the phone would fit in there better, kind of, maybe, I don't know. And then I took my scissors and then cut out those lines, so the line at the bottom, and then I used my X-Acto knife to cut out the bite marks. And once I cut that out, that was what it looked like. And then I traced that out onto more cardboard, and in total, I made 12 of these, so it was a long process, but it was actually pretty fun. So you can like put on your favorite show or something and watch it while you're doing it. But yeah, here's my stack of 12 donut shapes, and we're going to split it up into sections. So there's the middle, bottom, and then top. So for the middle, I took 4 pieces, and then I traced my phone onto there just to make sure that it would fit. And then I also drew these lines for the lightning cable to fit through. And this is going to be our middle piece. So I used my scissors and I cut those out, and I just took out the little pieces that were extra. And then I traced those 2 pieces onto the 3 other pieces of the middle cardboard, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of confusing, but it will make sense in the end. So I just cut out the lines, and then now I have 4 pieces of those middle pieces. This is already like not making sense in my mind, but yeah. Now I'm taking my 4 pieces of the bottom, and then I traced out only the lightning cable section. I cut those out with my X-Acto knife, and then I cut 4 of those out. So if you can see, like, I have 4 pieces of the bottom with only the lightning cable one, and then 4 pieces of the middle with the lightning cable and the phone slot. And then I took my glue gun and I glued all the pieces of the bottom together, so I have 4 pieces of that. And then on top of that, I glued my middle pieces, the ones with the phone slot and the lightning cable slot. So there were 4 of those. And once I glued all of those together, I took my top pieces, which were the full donut shape, and then I just glued those on top, and that just kind of seals everything off. I took some construction paper and I double-sided taped them to the sides of the donut. I feel like it was really ratchet, like, let me just tell you. I had to like redo this a couple of times because I had no idea what I was doing. And yeah, I just, I traced out the donut shape, and then like I taped it on, and then I used some puffy paint for the frosting, and this just like messed up the paper, like it made it wrinkly and weird. So anyway, in the end I made it work. It looked kind of ratchet, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't look the greatest, but you know what, it works. And I also cut out a bunch of colorful sprinkles from construction paper, and I hot glue gunned them to the frosting, and that just kind of topped everything off. And then I took my lightning cable and shoved it through the bottom, and then it should come through the top, and then you just plug your phone in. That is what it turned out like in the end. You can just like set it down on your desk or somewhere, and yeah. Pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big ol' thumbs up, and that is pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Bye!